Greetings metalheads and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George and today I'm back with some more obscure recommendations for you, and I think these are definitely quite obscure. These fall within the black metal subgenre, all on tape, all true and all very interesting in their own way. So I have been delving quite deeply into the very dark depths of the black metal subgenre over the last however many months and years now, and I have actually kind of fallen in love with black metal and the very depths, especially on tape. So all four of these recommendations here are on tape, picked up from a few different sites, which I'll mention. But I've really enjoyed listening to these, and I have talked about some of these recently when I have done unboxing videos. However, now that I've had a chance to really acquaint myself with these albums and these releases, I feel like I've got a little bit more to say about them. So we'll kick off then with an album that I purchased, a tape I purchased from Forbidden Keep distro and label, which is based in the UK. Great web store, really brilliant, full of awesome underground obscure black metal and dungeon synth as well. I'll pop a link in the description, so check them out and show some support for the underground, definitely. So this tape, this album, in fact, is the only album, full-length album from Swordsman from Czechia. This is a really interesting one. I'm going to try and pronounce how this is entitled. This is Na Churu Ke Dushu Hor. No idea if that's right. I do apologise if I've absolutely murdered the pronunciation there. Lovely white tape shell. So this is a very interesting release. I'll just show here. We've got Jan on pretty much everything. Bass, guitar, drums, keyboards, lyrics. There's our man looking very black metal, trekking through the woods. This is an interesting one. It's only 26 minutes long, so it's nice and manageable. Short and sweet. This is a good mix of raw, true black metal, paying homage very much to the old ways, the traditional ways of the second wave of black metal. There's also a big injection of synth, so there's almost like a dungeon synth style as well, and lots of keys, building soundscapes. This is like Dungeons and Dragons, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, whatever, soundtrack music. Some of the vocals sound a little bit eerily sort of Gandalf-like at times. This is real fantasy black metal, definitely. We get some good tracks here that I'm not going to try and pronounce, just because I think I'm just going to make an absolute hash of it. We do get some tracks that are entitled in English, such as The Reason Behind Mind, the opening track there. But it's actually really good. This is really good. If you enjoy dungeon synth and you like that kind of very epic black metal, then definitely Swordsman and this particular album is something you should check out. It's got a lot of good riffs on there. It's got some good vocal work, some very interesting vocal work. Sometimes it has a good sort of stomp to it. Other tracks have a bit more speed. And then other elements are just all out synth. And it sounds great. It's a really thoroughly enjoyable listen. Swordsman from Czechia, as I say. An interesting one. Certainly not your average black metal. There's a lot more going on there. But definitely one to check out. So, moving on to our second item then. This one is a total random curveball. This was a little freebie, which was included in my recent order from Signal Rex from Portugal. I talk about them a lot on this channel. Amazing web store, tons of cool stuff. But this is actually a demo from a band entitled Verna from Portugal. This was released, I believe it was in around 2012 or something. It's been out for a while. However, this is the only release from Verna, or Erna. This is a demo, in fact, 4-track demo. But I have checked it out a couple of times now. And actually, I'm quite impressed. It was quite good. bear in mind it's only 4 tracks. One of them, the second track, Almus Kadas, is an instrumental piece. But again, it's quite a good instrumental piece. And the closing track, Infernal War, I believe it's actually a cover. But if you like sort of true second wave black metal, or homage to second wave black metal, then this demo, Exorsa Nigra, is definitely one for you to check out. And I love the fact that inside here it says, Verna plays satanic music exclusively, fuck off and die. Very grown up stuff there, really grown up, big, very black metal. Enjoyable. 4 tracks, about 17 minutes long, I think. Portuguese black metal. Very much trying to capture that second wave black metal style, but just like so many of the bands that have crawled out from the deep dark depths of the Portuguese black metal scene, they do a really good job, in fact. So if you like obscure, really obscure, these guys have 1 demo before they split up. If you like obscure black metal, then Verna with Exorsa Nigra is definitely one you need to check out. Moving on then, another release which I purchased from Signal Rex. This is a compilation of 4 tracks from 3 German black metal bands, very obscure, very out there. This is entitled Nocturnal Voices and Deviant Rituals. Has some weird cover there. The annoying thing about this is that it's only on one side of the tape as well, so you have to keep rewinding it back, which is a little bit of a pain, but get some really interesting black metal here. Some really interesting stuff. Really interesting little insert there as well. We kick off with a band called Modrig, and the track is entitled Trua de Niflheim, or Nephilim, and it's really quite an interesting one. It's a difficult one to describe. It's very, very lo-fi. The actual kind of the riffs and the drumming just kind of merges into this background where you've just got this wall of synth soundscape, very ethereal, haunting vocals, but it's really unique. Actually, I would say that there aren't too many bands or tracks and albums that I can think of that sound like Modrig with that particular track. It's very deep. It's very dark. If you like your dungeon synth and you like very, I'm going to say soundscaping music, very obscure, deep, nasty black metal, then definitely that is a track that you will enjoy. Then we've got Toadsmarsh with Her de Schatten, if that's how it's pronounced. Good black metal. Nothing absolutely earth-shattering and groundbreaking, and I think that's true for all of these. But that is a little bit more traditional, kind of second wave homage black metal. Does have a Germanic kind of leaning and twang to it, if you like. But it's good, short and sweet. But the best comes from Malignitas. We get 2 tracks entitled In These Ruins I Walk and My Kingdom of Hate. Those are the highlights. Very harsh, abrasive black metal. Second wave style, but with a good healthy injection of that absolute raw, caustic, kind of mayhem style assault. Again, there's a Germanic kind of leaning there, and I think that you really need to check these tracks out for you to understand exactly what I mean there. It doesn't sound like formulaic kind of Scandinavian black metal or imitation at all. It does sound original. It sounds very harsh. And those 2 tracks are the highlight of this for me. It's the 2 Malignitas tracks. However, this is actually just quite an enjoyable little listen. If you're feeling in the mood for some obscure, harsh black metal or something with a real bit of dark, deep, satanic depth, this is ritual music. This is definitely something to check out if you like your very raw black metal. So that's Nocturnal Voices and Deviant Rituals. Again, produced by a label that I cannot pronounce, but purchased from Signal Rex. So the final article then is actually a Signal Rex release. So this is actually released from the label. This is I believe this is the only release from the band, and I'm not even sure if they're still active. The band is entitled Devil Moon from Finland. This is 5 tracks of sleaze black metal. And I say 5 tracks, this is only about 11 or 12 minutes long. Very interesting artwork, which I will show there. We've got some sort of strange bondage domination thing going on there, which is pretty interesting. Pretty amusing little picture on the inside there. 2-man project. So we've got, on drums we have SMCL, and then on vocals and guitar and bass we have MSD. Not sure, but I know that at least there is some crossover with members of Morgul, also from Finland. Very harsh, abrasive black metal band that they are. So, interesting cover there. I'm sure some of you will really enjoy that. This is sleazy black metal, definitely. This has got a little bit of the kind of vibe that you get from a band like Midnight. It's very sleazy stuff indeed. However, it's quite enjoyable. This is black metal. It's got the black metal stomp. Definitely a second wave kind of worship. There's definitely tribute to Dark Throne in there. That's what I'm getting. But you've got some good stuff here, actually. Wig Splitter. The title track, Devil Moon, is incredibly catchy. It's got that kind of traditional heavy metal energy to it as well. And those kind of melodies. Great melodies. Great riff work. Really like the riffs. Very, it's buzzing, it's open-ended, it's scratchy. But it's just freaking good stuff. It's got a good traditional heavy metal vibe, but also it's very, very blackened. Definitely, if you like Midnight, as I say, then you'll definitely appreciate this. Good tracks to check out. Well, actually, to be honest, just check out the whole thing, because it's only 11 minutes long, and it's on both sides of this nice red tape as well. But Wig Splitter, Devil Moon, and Ghost of Dark Streets. Check it out if you like. If you love your raw, grooving, kind of stomping black metal, but you like your traditional heavy metal as well, then that is definitely a release that you need to hear. A very interesting one, in fact. Very good vocal work, very good riffs, and good drumming as well. An interesting one, and some interesting artwork as well. Bit kind of sinister. So there you have it. That's 4 black metal recommendations. Just to recap, we have the self-titled EP from Devil Moon. We have Nocturnal Voices and Deviant Rituals, the compilation from German black metal bands. We have Verna with Exorsa Nigra, their Soul demo. And then we have Swordsman with the debut album there. Interesting stuff. Check it out if you're in the mood for delving very deep into some obscure black metal. And let me know what you think of these. Check them out and let me know. Anyone out there actually a fan of these already? Anyone else actually heard them? Because I'm interested to hear thoughts and opinions of others, as always. But thank you very much for watching, my friends. Do check back soon for more reviews and recommendations. Please also do consider liking and subscribing. It's very much appreciated, as always. But take care, my friends. And above all, stay heavy.